Hi guys, how are you all doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. Um, yeah, I'm just here to preview the Wimbledon final 2022. So sorry guys, got a bit of a cold here, but yeah, I can't really not make a video about the final just due to the bad timing of this cold. But yeah, I will. Just one second. Sorry about that, guys. Just trying to get a better voice. But yeah, I'm here to preview the Wimbledon final 2022. First, I just want to talk about the semi-finals. What we had was Cameron Norrie and Novak Djokovic, right? Um, like I said, that they both good at long rallies, consistency, defense, speed in the court. But just so then it was all going to be about long rallies because you've got two good, consistent players who play great defense, who don't make a lot of errors. Um, so it's just going to come down to who's actually better at that style of play, and it's Djokovic. So the first set, what we saw was Novak Djokovic. He makes a whole bunch of errors, right? And then Norrie is actually being more aggressive with his rallying style and pushing Djokovic around. So Djokovic is forced to choose between being pushed around by Cameron Norrie or um, or himself going for too much to take back control of the point, and he's making a whole bunch of errors there. Um, so yeah, that's what's really happening. So Djokovic either has to be bossed around and pushed around with the rally, pushing left to right, and Norrie controlling the rallies, or Djokovic has to go for too much to say, I don't want to be pushed around. I'm going to be more aggressive. I'm going to go for too much power, too close to the line, and I'm going to make errors with a high risk tennis, or just play consistent, let Norrie push you around. Later in the match, what we saw was Norrie suddenly go for too much and say, oh, it's intimidating. I've got to beat Djokovic. I'm going to go for too much power, too close to the line, hit all these balls out over the back line. Suddenly, Djokovic has now got confidence. Even though he's making errors, Norrie's making more errors. And now Djokovic grows in confidence. He can consistently keep the ball in the court, play great defense, and wait for Norrie's errors to hit inconsistent play. And then eventually even got better where he could keep the ball in the court from an aggressive perspective towards the end and actually push Cameron Norrie around in the rallies and get control of the rallies and get it back to where it should have been and what he wanted it to be in the beginning, right? Where where it would be two ralliers who have great consistency, defense, and just good at rallying, but Djokovic being the better of the two rallies, so controlling the rally, pushing him around. So we saw that later on. And then we saw again Norrie now with the raising of Djokovic's level. Even though Norrie tried to raise the level, the fact is Djokovic's best level is better than Norrie. So Norrie was again being pushed around because Djokovic has improved to his normal level and was pushing Norrie around, and he's just doing the same style better. So then again, now Norrie's more forced to make errors. He doesn't want to be pushed around. He's got to go for more power on his shots close to the line, and now he's making errors. But before it was like he let Djokovic in with his own errors. Now it's more like Djokovic is controlling the point. If he doesn't do it, he's just going to be pushed around. So he's sort of forced into going for too much, making errors. When he doesn't, Djokovic is pushing him around. But it all changed when Norrie had control of the match and found that good balance between going for too much and making errors and being defensive and let Djokovic control the rallies, whereas consistent but from an aggressive perspective, controlling it. But then when he went for too much, made errors, it all changed. Djokovic won a set. Djokovic started playing better. Djokovic started pushing him around in the rallies. And Norrie to not be pushed around in these rallies, he had to he had to himself go for too much and make errors. And then it ended up there, 4 sets. So the final score in this semi-final for Djokovic is 2-6, 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. Again, a bit better in that fourth set. They held serve mostly, but a one bad game to start the set. So Novak Djokovic is into the Wimbledon final 2022. Um, he's going to play Nick Kyrgios, Nick Kyrgios of Australia. What I would say about this one particular match, right? Kyrgios against Djokovic. Before I'm going to say Kyrgios is in the final because of Nadal's injured and he's torn an abdominal muscle, stomach muscle. What I would just say about this is, right, I said I predicted Djokovic to beat Nadal in a fifth set in the Wimbledon final in my preview before the tournament, but I said it was very close, and I said it would depend on how they were playing. Are we going to go with Djokovic being better on grass and Wimbledon and winning it the last 3 times, 6 times total, or are we going to go that Nadal has actually been better this year, right? So that's what I was thinking about, right? Um, Nadal's been better on this year, just in tournaments in general, in all surfaces. So are we going to go with that? Or are we going to go with the fact that forgetting about this year, just on this surface, on this court, at Wimbledon, especially the last 3 years, Djokovic has been way better. So I didn't know if it would be about this tournament, previous years, or just this year on other tournaments where it's been Nadal, 2 Grand Slams to 0, or 6 Wimbledons to 2 in favor of Djokovic previous years. The last 3 Wimbledons, 1 for Djokovic. Nadal not playing for 3 years. So I didn't know if it would be about the previous years of Wimbledon or this year. I wanted some sample size to say, well, um, who's at to actually watch them at Wimbledon this year and saying, now we can see the 2022 Nadal, who's won 2 Grand Slam. How's he doing on this particular Wimbledon grass court? And is Djokovic still as good as he was in last year at Wimbledon? So I needed to see that before I previewed the final, even though they're not playing. I just want to let you know what I thought would have happened. But what I've saw this year is Djokovic has been not as good as previous years. So, like this Dutch guy, I can't quite get his name. I think they played in around the fourth round. He's around 200 in the world. A month ago, he'd never won an ATP Tour match. So Djokovic dropped a set against him. So that's saying he's not as good as he was in previous years. Then he goes down 2 sets to love against Sinner. And that's not like Nadal's one with Fritz because Nadal was injured. This is just Djokovic completely healthy, being outplayed for 2 sets. So again, he's not the typical Djokovic from previous years to go down 2 sets. He dropped like 2 sets the whole tournament. So that's 3 sets in the tournament. I think he lost to 4 sets because he lost in the first round a set. But Djokovic, so he's lost a set against a guy 200 in the world. Sinner, he's lost 2 sets, went down 2 sets to love. And then in this semi-final, again fully healthy, goes down a set again. So for me, this level of play isn't as good as what he's been in previous years. So just like we're looking at 2022 form, is it the past Wimbledons or is it this year? The Djokovic that hasn't been as good throughout the year also hasn't been as good at Wimbledon, but he's done enough to win and get to the final, but lost many sets getting there and not looked as good. And then Nadal, is there an advantage that he's won 2 Grand Slams and he's playing better than Djokovic this year? Does that translate onto grass? Well, so far it did. He took a couple of first 2 rounds getting used to the grass courts, but then he won his third match against Sonigo. He'd really clicked, and he was at that elite level, like he's 10 out of 10 level, right? Unbeatable level. Then I think the stomach thing in the Van der Zandschulp match in the fourth round, I think that came in there. That came into the issue. So he was very good, but not quite as good, but still straight sets. So that's sort of my sample size. And then that's a better level than what Djokovic was producing. So if Nadal wouldn't have got injured, I'm telling you right now, I would have predicted Nadal because I've seen it's not been about what they've done at Wimbledon in previous years. Nadal's been better than Djokovic this year, and he's been better in this 2022 version of Wimbledon. Now we've seen the 2022 version move to grass. He's actually been more about. Nadal's been better than Djokovic this year. And he's also been better than him at Wimbledon. Um, so that's what it's been about. Not been about past years because Djokovic hasn't been as good and Nadal's been better than past years. And it's been more about the fact that Nadal's been better than Djokovic this year. So if they were to play in the final, I would have changed and I would have said, well, I've seen what I've seen so far. Nadal's been better, not just throughout the year, but actually at this specific Wimbledon 2022. So I would have went with Nadal. So that's just to let you know what would have happened. I think the injuries robbed him of a calendar Grand Slam because if he would have won that, he would have went to the US Open with 3 Grand Slams in a row. He would have been able to play there without Djokovic. It would have been the Australian Open type situation where it's about Medvedev and Nadal on a hard court. But the US Open is a much better hard court for Nadal than the Australian Open. It's slower bouncing. It's slower, higher bouncing, which he likes, whereas the Australian Open fast and lower bouncing. So the fact that he's in the same hard court, and also the Australian Open, he was coming back from 6 months out of the game. This time he'll have 3 Grand Slams, 1 in a year, and all this confidence. So much better level going in, much better court for his game, but the same situation. So I feel like he would have won Wimbledon if he would have done that. He would have won the US Open. We'll still get to probably see him in the US Open in that situation that I've described. And if he does win that, we'll know he would have won it even more so if he won Wimbledon because he would have had 3 Grand Slam wins coming in instead of just 2. So we can go back and hopefully we'll watch the US Open. We'll see, did Nadal win it? If so, probably this injury has robbed him of the calendar Grand Slam. But my prediction would be he would have went on to win Wimbledon. But he's not there. So we're going to focus who is there. Nick Kyrgios, Novak Djokovic, Wimbledon final 2022. So what I'm going to say about this match is like Nick Kyrgios has won 2 matches. The head-to-head is 2-0 in favor of Nick Kyrgios. They've played 2 matches in 2017, and Kyrgios won both in straight sets in a best of 3 sets. So he's won 4 sets to 0, 2 matches to 0 on Djokovic in the head-to-head, right? A big area of what we're going to see in this matchup is Kyrgios is going to want to serve huge, have his serve not coming back, get all these free points, and then the only time he gets in a rally with Djokovic is on his own serve, and then just goes for it, and then maybe one game of sets connects with 3 or 4 winners and gets the break. And then Djokovic can't break back because his serve is so huge, right? That's what he's going to want. Whereas what Djokovic will want, right? Well, Djokovic in this matchup, he's going to want where his return of serve can get back Kyrgios' serve and get it back deep and then force him into long rallies. And then Kyrgios has to beat Djokovic in those rallies just to hold. And all these returns are coming back in play, and Kyrgios has to keep winning rallies to hold, and eventually he won't. And then there's an issue right? Kyrgios would like it where there's a lot of balls that aren't coming back, unreturned serves, right? And when the serve is returned, it's a short ball, and Kyrgios can just finish it off with an easy point. But what Djokovic is going to want to do, which is very difficult against a serve as fast as Kyrgios on a faster grass court, but he's going to want to not just get it back short, but to actually get it back deep to get him in a 50-50 rally, and then from then he can out rally him. But if he can't do that, if it's either balls that are not coming back or short balls that Kyrgios just finishes off the next one, Kyrgios can just serve through without pressure and no matter what he's holding. So then on Djokovic's serves, there'll be more rallies. So Kyrgios can just say, I'm just going to go for it with power. I'm going to take a risk. I'm just going to go for the winner. And if I ever connect, I'm going to break him. And I've got no pressure. I can just go for it. And if they all land in, I get the break. If they miss, then I just go back with my serve and hold again because he can't get it back. So that's what Kyrgios would want. So a big part of this is going to be their two biggest strengths, right? Nick Kyrgios' serve versus Novak Djokovic return of serve. Which of those strengths wins out? How many of returns can Djokovic get? Uh, can he get them deep where he can actually get Kyrgios in rallies on his service game? Or is it going to be where the balls are either not coming back or just short balls, right? And I think that will determine it because if Djokovic gets a lot of balls back and gets them deep and gets them in a rally, he'll win enough rallies to break Djokovic a good number of times and he'll win the match. But if he can't get it back, and if when they are coming back, they're short balls, Kyrgios can just go for his service games without pressure. And then, like I said, Djokovic's serve isn't as huge, so he can just go for it on Djokovic's serve with nothing to lose and just overpower him. And probably at least one game a set or some points in tie breaks. His power shots will just connect and they'll go through the court very fast. And Djokovic won't have time to get it back and he'll get a break. And he'll just be free to just go for it. And when they land in, he'll get the break. But when they don't, it's no problem because he'll just hold serve. So that's a very critical point. Kyrgios' serve versus Djokovic return, and one very important part of it, because you can serve at a level whereas even the best returner ever can't get it back. So if Kyrgios lands 80% of first serves in at the speed he serves, like 140 miles, 220 kilometers, then probably Djokovic will never be in any of his service games. And then whenever Kyrgios power shots land in, he's going to break or he's going to get points in a tie break and he's going to win it. So then that's an issue. But then if he serves a low first serve percentage, then Djokovic will be able to get back his second serves and will be able to get enough deep balls back to force Kyrgios into rallies and then to out rally him and break him. So a big thing about it is, one, how good can Djokovic return? Can he get Kyrgios's great serves back? And two, what is his first service percentage for Nick Kyrgios going to be like? Like, if he's getting all first serves in, Djokovic won't get it back no matter what. If he missed most of his first serve, Djokovic will get most of his second serves back and will force him into a rally and out-rally him. So very critical first service percentage. Very important if Kyrgios wants to win, a big first service day and an amazing serving day. And then, like I said, on Djokovic's game, he can have nothing to lose. If there are rallies on Djokovic's service game, which he lose, no problem, because he'll just win his own service game. But he can just say, I'm not going to rally with Djokovic even on his own serve. I'm just going to go for it, take risks, hit the ball so hard that when they land in, Djokovic won't get it back. And if that happens once a set or once every second set, then he's going to get four winners in a return game and get a break. And Djokovic won't be able to break back because he won't be able to get back his serve. So, whereas for Djokovic, he's going to want to say, I'll get 3 points on my serve. I'll start rallies ahead. There'll be rallies where I've started ahead from my serve and then I'm moving Kyrgios around and out rallying him. And then the other points are just 3 points from my serve. Whereas on Kyrgios' serve, he's going to want to get the ball back deep and try to force Kyrgios to have to out rally him to hold serve. So that's what he's going to want to do. And Kyrgios is going to want to serve a high first serve percentage, so good that even the best returner ever can't get it back. And then to say I've got nothing to lose on the return game, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to hammer it, and if I get 4 balls landing in, I get the break. But the biggest part of all of this is going to be Kyrgios's first serve percentage. How good is Djokovic's return? Kyrgios's serve versus Djokovic's return. This is going to control a whole lot of stuff that's going to go on in this match, right? A whole lot. So and then also on the return games, when Kyrgios just says, I can't be in a rally with Djokovic, I'm just going to hammer the ball really hard near the lines. How many of those land in? Because if they land in, he'll get breaks. If they miss, he probably won't. And Djokovic is going to be constantly wanting to force him into a rally, whereas Kyrgios is going to want to try to hit winners with his power and hit aces with his serve. Is Kyrgios able to hit winners and aces all day and not be in rallies and overpower Djokovic? Or will Djokovic be able to get back his serves and get back his powerful shots in the rally and force him into rally and move him around and out rally him. And then because Kyrgios is constantly being out rallied, he has to go for too much power, too close to the line, and overhit and make errors. So Djokovic would want it to be either I'm getting you in rallies, I'm out rallying you, I'm moving you around, or you have to go for too much, you're making a bunch of errors. Whereas Kyrgios just wants to land the serves, have them not come back if they are short balls, hold serve easy, and then just go for it on Djokovic's serve. And when they land in, he gets the break. So, but a lot of this is going to determine Kyrgios' serve versus Djokovic's return, the return of serve of Djokovic versus the serve of Kyrgios. And in the rallies, when Kyrgios goes for a lot of power close to the line to try to hit winners and shorten the points, do those balls land in? So it's about that. Do they land in when he takes risks, or does he have to rally with Djokovic? And is his serve coming back deep, forcing him into rallies, or is it not coming back or coming back short where he can just hammer the next one? So it's going to be conflict of styles. Djokovic trying to get him into a rally, Kyrgios trying to overpower him with the serve and going for it on the rally shots to hit winners. So which one of those happens? And a lot of it's going to be determined by Djokovic's return versus Kyrgios' serve. How many balls can Djokovic get back, and can he get them back deep? And then in the rallies, Kyrgios going for it, trying to hit winners early in the rallies versus Djokovic's speed and defense. The speed of the ball and how hard Kyrgios hits the ball versus the speed of Djokovic running after balls. How many balls can Djokovic run down? Can he make Kyrgios hit 2 or 3 shots and then make an error? Or is Kyrgios hitting the ball so hard through the court, Djokovic can't get it back? That is very important. And can Djokovic get him in rallies, or can Kyrgios blow him away with winners? And then Kyrgios' serve, is he just getting 3 points all day, or can Djokovic get it back and force him into rallies? That's what it's going to be all about. I'll just give you my prediction, guys. I say Djokovic in 5 sets, but it can go either way, really. It's just going to come down to when Kyrgios goes for his serve and goes for his power shots in the rally, do they land in? If they do, he's just going to be hot and he's just going to blow Djokovic off the court, and Djokovic is going to be trying to get in a rally. There won't be any rallies because the rallies will be over before they begin with Kyrgios' serve and winners, right? So if Kyrgios can just get hot with the serve and the power game and blow him away with winners, it doesn't matter what Djokovic does. He'll never get into rally. He'll never use his defense. He'll never use his return. But if Kyrgios isn't serving great and he's making errors and stuff like that, and Djokovic can force him into rallies, and Djokovic can get back his serve, then Djokovic wins. So Kyrgios is going to be this hot and cold guy, and it's going to determine, does his serves and power shots all land in? If it does, he blows Djokovic off the court. If it doesn't, Djokovic out rallies him, and then he goes for too much and makes errors. But for now, I'm going to say 5 sets for Novak Djokovic. But I'm only about 51% sure. There's about a 49% chance Kyrgios wins this. But because I'm at 51 for Djokovic, 49 for Kyrgios, I'm going to say Novak Djokovic will be your 2022 Wimbledon champion, and he will win this Wimbledon final in 5 sets, guys. I'll be back in a day or two to review the final. And guys, just remember, subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold going on, but I never usually have that. Not too terrible. It'll be gone shortly for my next video. But guys, you must subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. So much going on. North American hardcourt season, US Open, European indoor season. I'll take you through it all, guys, and I'll review this final. I'll talk about whether Djokovic wins or not, how the GOAT debate is affected. So I'll do a video about the GOAT debate, a video about a review of Wimbledon, a video about the review of the Wimbledon final. That'll all be in one video. And then I'll continue to go for all the tournaments throughout the year, especially the Montreal, the Cincinnati, the US Open. So subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Be back for all this, and see you guys very soon. And come back in a couple of days. And guys. See you for my next video. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now, guys. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now. See you guys in my next video. Thank you.